everyone, thanks for watching. My name is Andrea and today we are doing a 30-minute hip opening sequence. So let's have everybody start on your backs. Bring the bottoms of your feet together in Supta Baddha Konasana and let the knees fall open. From here you can place the hands either in cactus arms, letting the shoulders open up. You can bring the arms directly over the head with one hand laying on the other palm. Or you can just bring one hand to the heart and one hand to the belly. Closing your eyes. Starting to slow down your breath. Start to let the thoughts move in and out of the mind effortlessly. If Ujjayi breath is part of your practice, you can begin that now. Having a slight constriction at the back of the throat that gives the breath a sound almost like waves crashing on the beach. See if you can begin to relax into the pose a little bit deeper. Maybe letting the knees fall open another inch. Start to become really conscious of the chest rising and falling with the breath. Taking full, complete breaths. Bring your hands to the outsides of your legs, push them up and together. Good. Bring your right ankle across your left thigh. From here, reaching through, grabbing the back of the left thigh, pulling it into the body, coming in to thread the needle. Keep your right foot flexed here, and then energetically push your right knee towards the front of the room. Good. Send your breath into the hip. Let your shoulder blades spread across your back. Flex this foot a little more. Yeah, good. From here, take your left leg to the sky. And then just do some circles with your ankle. And then switch direction. And point and flex the foot a few times. Good. And then just flex the foot. Reach the heel toward the sky. And then again, energetically push your right knee towards the front of the room. So you're really starting to get into that right hip. See if you can keep your breath just as full here as it was in the beginning of the class. Bend your left knee, bring your left foot back to the mat, take the arms out to a T. Good. So listen closely because it can get a little confusing here. Keeping the legs exactly the way they are, let your legs fall to the left. So your right foot is going to plant firmly on the mat as if you were standing on the ground. Good. Keeping the right foot firmly planted, start to push the right knee towards the front of the room. And you should feel a nice stretch in the back of that thigh. Or in the back of that hip. You should feel a nice stretch in the back of the hip. So not just being a twist, but also a hip opener. Let your right shoulder relax toward the mat. Keeping abdominals engaged to protect your low spine, which you should always do when coming out of a twist. Inhale back to center. Bring your right foot to meet your left. Moving to the other side, cross your left ankle across your right thigh. Good. Reach through, grab the back of your right thigh. Get into that left hip. Keep both feet flexed here so that the knees are protected and the legs are engaged. And send your breath into that hip. So see if you can find a little bit of release here. These pants are fun. Okay. Bring the right leg straight to the sky and start to do some circles with the ankle. So take it slow. See if you can get into the full rotation of the ankle here. And then switch direction. And then point and flex the foot a few times. Keep the foot flexed, reach the heel toward the ceiling, and then energetically push the left knee towards the front of the room. So getting into that left hip a little bit deeper. And you can even use your left arm to kind of push that knee forward. Rebend your right knee, bring the foot flat to the mat. Good, arms out to a T. Keep the legs exactly the way they are, then let the legs fall to the left, or I'm sorry, to the right. You're going to firmly plant your left foot on the mat as if you were standing on the ground. From here, start to push your knee open towards the front of the room. And stay with your breath. See if you can come back to the same breath you had in the beginning of class. Maybe even close the eyes and just feel the stretch happening. Inhale, make your way back to center. Good. Uncross the legs, hug your knees into your chest, let your back stretch. Maybe give it a little rock to the right and the left. From here, take it into happy baby. So bringing the arms to the insides of the legs, hands to the outside or inside of the feet. So this is definitely a passive pose, but you want to try to keep it a little active. So see if you can keep your tailbone grounded on the mat when you come into this pose. With each exhale, bring the knees a little bit closer to the outsides of the shoulders. Try to get your feet parallel to the ceiling. And maybe rock it right and left, too, if that feels good. It looks kind of funny, but it feels really nice. This is actually the #1 most embarrassing yoga pose, but it feels so good. It's worth it. Okay, hug the knees into the chest. Good, rock up and down on the spine until you come to a seat. And then just plant the hands, step the legs back, come to your first down dog. And when you get here, maybe pedal the feet out. That might feel good. You can swing the hips back and forth. And then just sink into your down dog. Make sure that your triceps are spinning down toward the mat and the biceps are spinning to the sky. So the arms are really engaged and that space across the back is opening up. Keep your back body full. Lift your hips, but sink your heels at the same time. Take your gaze either to your belly button or right in between your feet. Just depending on how flexible the neck is feeling. On an inhale, bend your knees. Exhale, step your feet to meet your hands, forward fold. Good. Inhale to a flat spine, Ardha Uttanasana. Reach the crown of the head toward the front of the room. Exhale, fold. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, flat spine. Scoop your low abs in and up. Exhale, fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, flat spine. Let your shoulders relax down your back. Exhale, Uttanasana, fold. Inhale, sweep your arms all the way to the sky. Let your palms touch. Maybe take the gaze up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Moving through Surya Namaskar A. Inhale, sweep your arms to the sky. Exhale, fold. Inhale to a flat spine. Exhale, step back, plank pose. On an inhale, shift your body forward, coming onto the knees if you need to. Exhale, lower chaturanga. Bring the elbows in tight to the body. Good. Lower all the way to the mat. Inhale, bhujangasana, cobra pose. Open up the heart. Grip the mat with the fingertips. Pull the heart forward. Exhale, down dog. Sorry. Inhale, bend your knees. Exhale, step or float your feet to meet your hands, forward fold. Inhale to a flat spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep your arms all the way to the sky. Let the palms touch. Exhale, hands to the heart. Inhale, sweep the arms to the sky. Exhale, fold. Inhale to a flat spine. Exhale, step back, plank pose. Inhale, shift the body forward. Exhale, lower chaturanga, bringing the elbows to a 90-degree angle. Come all the way to the mat. Inhale, bhujangasana, cobra pose. Open up the heart. Exhale, Adho Mukha, down dog. And come back to your breath here. See if you can slow it down. Inhale, bend your knees. Exhale, step or float your feet to meet your hands. Inhale to a flat spine. Exhale, fold. Big toes together, heels slightly apart. Inhale, Utkatasana, chair pose. Bring the weight into the heels, tuck the tailbone. Spin your triceps in toward each other. So you're lengthening across the back. Take the gaze up. Holding for 3, 2. Exhale all the way to stand, hands to the heart in prayer. Inhale, Utkatasana, chair pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, flat spine. Exhale, step or float it back, chaturanga. So if you float back, landing with the elbows bent to protect your shoulders. Inhale, up dog or cobra, let the collarbone spread across the chest. Nice. Exhale, down dog. Inhale the right leg to the sky, reach the heel toward the back of the room. Exhale, knee to nose. Step your foot in between your hands. Spin your back heel to the mat, heel to heel alignment. Inhale, arms to the sky, Virabhadrasana 1, Warrior 1. Good. So make sure that your front leg is at a 90-degree angle. You want your knee to be over your ankle and your hip in line with your knee. With every exhale, bring the thigh a little closer to the mat until your thigh is parallel. Your back toe should be pointing slightly towards the front of the room. Your right hip is pulling towards the wall behind you. The shoulders are relaxing down the back. Bring your hands behind your back, interlace your fingers, palm to palm. Roll the shoulders up, back, and down. Open up the heart to the sky. Take a deep inhale here, lift the heart. Exhale, humble warrior. Bring right shoulder to inner right knee. Keep pulling your right hip toward the wall behind you. Stay really grounded through both feet. Keep your left back leg really straight and strong. Reach your arms up over toward the front of the room so that you're allowing the shoulders to open up. Good. With each exhale, move the forehead a little closer to the mat. Good. Holding for 3. Really nice. 2. 1. Inhale, warrior 1. Arms to the sky. Exhale, hands to the mat. Step right foot back to meet left. Lower chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Let the heart open. Nice. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, left leg to the sky. Exhale, knee to nose. Step your foot in between your hands. Spin your back heel to the mat, heel to heel alignment. Shift your left hip towards the back of the room. Inhale, arms to the sky. Virabhadrasana 1. Yeah, good. And then go through all those little adjustments. So what can you do here to make this pose that much stronger? Yeah, good. Keeping your focus. So staying with the same gaze, allowing the body to be steady. See if you're holding tension anywhere in the body. When I practice, it goes straight into my mouth, so I purse my lips and do funny things. So see if the tension is collecting somewhere else. Maybe in the hands, maybe in the face, maybe in the feet. Bring the hands behind the back, interlace the fingers, roll the shoulders up, back, and down, open up the heart to the sky. Take a deep inhale here. Exhale, humble warrior, forward fold. So try not to let that left hip pop out when you come into humble warrior. So keep pulling the left hip towards the back of the room. See if you can find a little more space here. So with each exhale, moving the forehead a little closer to the mat. Holding another 3, 2, 1. Inhale, arms to the sky, warrior 1 for just a breath. Exhale, hands to the mat, step left foot back to meet right, moving through your vinyasa, lower chaturanga. Inhaling up dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, bend the knees. Take the gaze up to the hands and hop the feet around the hands. Coming to Malasana, yogi squat. Bring your hands to your heart in prayer. Open up your heart to the front of the room. Close your eyes. Option to use a block underneath your butt here if you have a hard time staying in the squat. So you can see just placing the block right underneath gives you something to sit on, a little bit of support. Close your eyes and come back to your breath. See if you can find a stillness here. Chairs have ruined our hips. If we were in any other country, we would do lots of things seated exactly like this. Sometimes I challenge people to eat one meal a week like this. I always say breakfast is probably the easiest, but I could eat spaghetti like this too, maybe. See if you can sink the hips a little deeper. And then I want you to try to bring more weight to the outside edge of your feet. So can you evenly distribute the weight through the inside and the outside edge? It's really easy to roll the weight forward in this pose. Holding for another 3, 2, 1. Exhale, forward fold. Heel toe the feet hip distance. Maybe rock the hips back and forth. Maybe bend one knee and then the other knee. From here, ground through the hands. Place both hands on the mat. Step the feet back, down dog. Inhale your right leg to the sky. Exhale, knee to nose. Step the foot in between the hands. Lower your back knee to the mat. Inhale, arms to the sky, Anjaneyasana. So this is the only yoga pose where it's okay that your knee comes over your ankle. In fact, you actually want your knee to track almost over your toes until you feel a really big stretch in your left psoas or the front of your left hip flexor. Try to keep your hips squared to each other. So your right hip is going to pull slightly towards the back of the room. Let your shoulders relax, but spin your triceps in toward each other so that the space across the top of the back is opening up. Exhale, hands to the heart, or hands to the mat, I'm sorry. Begin to straighten the front leg, flex the foot coming into a hamstring stretch. So try to keep the hips high over the knee here. You may have to scoot that right foot forward a little bit to give you some space. With each inhale, lengthen forward, open up the heart. With each exhale, take it a little bit deeper. So try to keep a really straight spine here. I'd prefer you not to completely round into this pose. Try to keep an open heart if you can. Begin to bring the weight forward, bending into the front knee. Tuck your back toe, lift your back leg. Firmly plant your left hand on the mat. Take your right arm to the sky, easy twist. Keep your left leg really straight and strong here. So imagine that you have a weight on the back of that left thigh and you have to push it toward the sky. Good. Lift this hip a tiny bit. Try not to let your left hip dip. It's really easy to let the left hip sort of come down towards the mat, but you want to keep the hips squared just like they were in crescent. Bring right hand down to meet left. Step right foot back, plank pose. Making your way through your vinyasa, lowering chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Nice. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, left leg to the sky. Exhale, step it between the hands. Lower your back knee to the mat. Inhale, arms to the sky, Anjaneyasana. So again, really bend into that front knee till you feel a nice big stretch in the front of your right hip flexor. Keep your tailbone tucking, so you're not going into your low back at all. If you feel any pressure in your low back, just back off a little bit. Maybe even close the eyes and just feel the stretch. Breathe into it. Exhale, hands to the mat, straighten the front leg, flex the foot, coming into the hamstring stretch. So again, you may have to slide that foot forward a little bit. Keep lengthening with each inhale, with each exhale folding a little bit deeper. So keep your gaze like towards your big toe. Your goal is to get your nose there. Actually, it's completely impossible, I think. But that's what you want to think, because you want to be reaching forward as you fold. So to bring your weight forward, bending into the front knee, tuck your back toe, lift your back leg, firmly plant your right palm, left arm to the sky, easy twist. So again, keep that right leg really straight and strong. Try to stack your left shoulder on top of your right. Good. Squeeze this knee in a little bit so it's right over your ankle. Yeah, good. And then lift this hip. Yeah, good. Bring left hand down to meet right. Step left foot back, plank pose. Moving through your vinyasa, lower chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, right leg to the sky. Exhale, step it between the hands. Spin your back heel to the mat, heel to arch alignment. Cartwheel your arms up, warrior two. Good. So again, try to get that front leg at a 90-degree angle. Scoop your right hip underneath you, and then open your right knee towards your small toe. And even this is a huge hip stretch, so you will feel this in your right hip. Push into my hands. Imagine you have two blocks underneath your arms and you're pushing into them so that your triceps wrap around the bone. Your arms are really engaged, and then let your shoulders relax down your back. Begin to lengthen forward, moving to side angle. Bring right hand to the inside of right foot, left arm to the sky. Option to bring a block underneath that right hand if you want to create space. So here we'll demo it with the block. The block gives you a little more space to continue lengthening through your right side body. If this is enough, stay here, or start to reach the left arm over the head towards the front of the room. Good. And then use your right arm to push that knee open and scoop the right hip underneath you even more. Good. Holding for 3, 2, 1. Inhale, warrior 2. Straighten your front leg, kick your left hip towards the back of the room, lengthen forward, Trikonasana, triangle pose. So letting your hand fall to the mat or your shin or a block, whatever feels better for you. Keep scooping your right hip underneath you. Open your heart to the sky. Good. 1 breath, inhale, warrior 2 for just a breath, so just touching the pose. Exhale, cartwheel hands to the mat, step right foot back to meet left, moving through your vinyasa. Or just coming directly to down dog. At this point, your vinyasa is an option. The vinyasa is designed to warm up your body, and we're pretty warm. Inhale, left leg to the sky. Exhale, step it between the hands. Spin back heel to the mat, heel to arch alignment, cartwheel your arms up, warrior 2. Yeah, good. Really nice. Make sure that your back leg is staying active here and your back toes are pointed slightly toward the front of the room. Keep your gaze either over the front middle finger or right over your heart, whatever feels better on your neck. So it's okay to look forward here as well. Setting up side angle, bring left hand to the inside of left foot, right arm to the sky. Keep lengthening through your left side body. Spin your right shoulder to the wall behind you. Open up your heart to the sky. Stay with your breath. If this is enough, stay here. Maybe start to stretch the right arm over the head toward the front of the room. Yeah, good. Inhale, warrior two. Keep that bend in the front knee. Good. Straighten the front leg. Kick the right hip towards the back of the room, so push it back as much as you can. Lengthen forward. Triangle pose. Keep scooping your left hip underneath you. Keep lengthening through left side body. Yeah, good. And come back to your breath. Inhale, warrior two. Bend into that front knee for just a breath. Exhale, cartwheel hands to the mat. Step left foot back to meet right, moving through your vinyasa or coming directly to down dog. Walk your hands all the way back to your feet, forward fold. Heel toe the feet mat distance apart, coming into a wide-legged forward fold. You can even take it a little wider than mat distance if that feels good. And you can wrap your arms around the backs of your legs, maybe pull yourself a little bit deeper into the pose. On an inhale, rolling up, vertebrae by vertebrae, head coming up last. From here, bring the feet hip distance apart and then just walk to the front of the mat. Setting up funky chair, getting grounded through both feet. So imagine your foot as having 4 points, inner heel, outer heel, big toe mound, and little toe mound. You want to evenly distribute the weight through those 4 points. Steadying the gaze either 3 feet in front of you on the mat or on the ground or on something on the wall in front of you. Coming onto the left toes. And whenever you're ready, crossing left ankle across right thigh. From here, bring your hands to your heart in prayer and start to sit back as if you were sitting in a little chair. Good. Keep the left foot flexed here so the leg is really engaged. And you can either hold here. If you want to take it a little bit deeper, you can fold forward and bring the hands to the mat. Or to 2 blocks if you need a little more space. And then just breathe into that hip. See if you can sink a little deeper. Maybe let the head relax if that feels good. Bringing the hands to the heart. Inhale, lengthen all the way up. Step left foot to meet right. Closing the eyes, coming back to the breath. Blinking the eyes open, coming onto the toes of the right foot. Cross right ankle across left thigh. And then start to sit back into your chair. And you can either stay here, just letting that hip open up, or maybe bring the hands to the mat, or 2 blocks. Come back to your breath and see if you can find a little bit of release here. This is a really deep hip opener. So allow the muscles to relax. Give the muscles permission to let go. Energetically push your knee down toward the mat if you want to get into the stretch a little deeper. Bringing the hands to the heart. Inhale, lengthen all the way up. Step right foot to meet left, coming to stand in Tadasana, closing the eyes. Inhale, sweep the arms to the sky. Exhale, fold. Inhale to a flat spine. Exhale, step back, plank pose, lower chaturanga. Inhale, up dog, open up the heart. Exhale, downward facing dog. Setting up pigeon pose, inhale your right leg to the sky. Exhale, knee to nose, then spin the shin parallel to the front of the mat. From here, lower onto the leg, let the back leg go behind you. Good. So make sure that your knee is outside of your hip here. From here, open up the heart, find length. So first find space in the pose. Start to take it forward. Coming onto the forearms. And you can place a rolled up blanket underneath your right hip if you need a little more space, if you're lifting a ton and want a little support. And just start to slow everything down here. Let your hip relax into the pose. Maybe stretch the arms out in front of you as if you were in a child's pose. Start to make your way onto your hands. Tuck your back toe, lift your back leg. Step your right foot back to meet your left down dog. And if you need to take that leg into the sky and maybe do some circles with the knee. And whenever you're ready, moving to the other side, inhale left leg to the sky. Exhale, knee to nose, spin the shin parallel to the front of the mat. Making sure the knee is outside of the hip, letting the back leg rest on the mat. Open up the heart, find some space first, and then start to take it forward, making your way onto your forearms. And come back to your long, deep breath that you had in the beginning of class. Allow yourself to relax into the pose. Maybe even let the head rest on the hands. Thou shalt not harm any animal, any living creature. Slowly start to make your way onto your hands. Tuck your back toe, lift your back leg. Step your left foot back to meet your right down dog. And again, if you want to take that left leg to the sky, maybe make some circles. I said that living creature thing because there's a fly in here and I decided not to kill it and to let it go. Although it was bugging both of us, I'm sure. On an inhale, bend your knees. Exhale, hop your feet to meet your hands and then just make your way onto your butt. Good. Taking your arms straight out in front of you, roll it down all the way onto your back. Good. Hugging your knees into your chest, letting your back stretch. Take your arms out to a T. Let your legs fall all the way to the right, coming into a supine twist. Letting your left shoulder relax toward the mat. Close your eyes. And just breathe into the twist. Keeping abdominals engaged to protect your low back. Inhale back to center. Exhale, twist in the opposite direction. Good. Let your right shoulder relax toward the mat. Breathe into the spine. Inhale back to center. Hug the knees into the chest one last time. Maybe rock it right and left. That feels good on your back. Maybe make little circles with the knees. In your own time, making your way to Shavasana, corpse pose. Bringing the legs flat onto the mat, letting the feet fall open, palms towards the sky. Closing your eyes. Coming back to your natural breath. Letting the thoughts move through you like a river. Letting your body sink into the mat. Allowing yourself to just let go. May the light within me honor the light within you. Namaste.